Good morning, everybody. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of parts for the new car. I got overzealous. I already started busting out working on this thing. That's the old suspension, old strut. We got ourselves brand new PBM. It's really not that bad to install, guys. Like, the way I started off was I actually disconnected the struts from the arm, released that, and then I went ahead, took out the subframe bolt. Then I would take pressure, pull it over. That way it makes it easy with getting this guy out. And then when it comes to getting this arm that would go across, I would undo this bolt, and then I would undo the one that came over, and then that way it just made it easy with prying it out when it came into the knuckle here. And then pretty much it's like, if you're unsure which side the PBM brackets go on, you have this part, the plated area that just sticks out. You always got to make sure you have it sit nice and flush in there. Then I always recommend getting the S14 tie rods that Part Shop Max sells. Reason being is you do it once and you never have to do it again. These are heavy duty, they're upgraded. I'll show you the difference. So as you can see here, this bearing does get worn out. They have these nice conical style Rose Hine Jones, which are super beefy, and they're slightly longer. You do get the medium sized ones, and then you cut it down an inch and then you thread it in. And then you have the rack offset spacers face inward, because now we're moving everything forward, which is why people say do the forward rack modification, because when you move the rack forward, it would line it up. Then you wouldn't have to get the rack offset spacer. That way it just prevents binding. Other than that, we got some new coilovers in there, but yeah. So actually I did start working on the rear. I had one little oops, trying to show it. So when I was unbolting the rear, the weld snapped from the strut, and it ripped the bushing. So I got this other knuckle. Alright, we're just gonna swap it because we're gonna be changing out the rear toe bucket, camber arm, and the only thing we'd have left to bolt up top would be the upper control arm. And I'm already gonna take out the axle because I'm doing the diff, which I already have another one welded, ready to go inside here. So since I'm already there, I might as well just swap knuckles instead of trying to do bushings. It's a little bit easier, so we're gonna get to it. So we got that 10.5 up front of Hot Boy Schmeedy Fitment. Oh my god. Yeah, as you can see, clearance is crap. I mean, once it goes up, it's gonna have a little bit more clearance up there, but you can fit nice wheels on the PB. How much? 4,000? If y'all want to check out Puyon's car, Mr. Boss Man B-Rock himself is doing an interior delete to get this thing ready for a roll cage. Yo, how much you say this guy spent on his
Actually, hold on. There's 4-way remote.
Yeah. 4-way room. Yeah. Big Daddy Puyon. He's a big poker guy. He's got his track car. Yeah, hit up Charismatic Auto. We can get track cars built out here. This thing is getting ready for a cage. That's not getting a cage, but blue cars are a vibe. Well, what you got? What you got? You know what? He said, nah, is that bad? He said, nah, I'm kidding. Nah, but we're gonna get some nice Stretch Boy tires on there because you can do Hot Boy stuff with PBM. That's why I love PBM. And we're gonna move on to the rear now. Like, got the sway bar tightened up, fixed, good stuff. Rotate, no problem. All right. Got my sexy Chinese working. He's disassembling this knuckle. So nice and ready for me while I get that side taken apart. You know what's weird? You want to know why it does that? I found out. Why? Apparently, the new batteries aren't actually compatible with the older guns. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Sounds like a warranty.
The more than So I'm definitely gonna replace that gun soon, but yeah, have fun with that. I wish it was as simple, but as you can see, Some of them were good to us, a lot of them were not. Unfortunately, this was a Northeast vehicle. We had to cut out the nuts and bolts. Luckily, I had my fancy Sawzall over there. And you can see all the metal shavings on the ground. These bolts were just rusted and seized. Like, even the washer's not coming off of it. This guy's pretty powerful, but it just wasn't. It was actually easier to just cut them off. I was trying not to cut them off so we can reduce the trip, but we're all sweaty and tired, and it's hot, and it's raining out. So we're just gonna go get some new hardware and go from there. And I know Brock's gonna kill me, but I have a whole mess to sweep up, so I gotta sweep. His silence says it all. He's gonna beat me like his wife. No, I'm kidding.
What he said?
I said you're gonna beat me like a wife if I don't clean up in time. Yeah, let that one sink in real quick. But yeah, we're gonna run out, grab some drinks, and get some fresh hardware. Would you like a broom? I'll get you a nice broom.
The room is not gonna clean itself.
Yeah. Alright, obviously it is a mess here. You can see I went through a whole lot of pain with like this car being from Connecticut. Everything is just seized and rusted on here, but making some headway. You can see brand new hardware, looking gorgeous. We got the dual caliper bracket on. Unfortunately, this caliper is seized, so I just sent the boys away. They're gonna go get me a new caliper. This side is on. I'm gonna start putting the control arm stuff on here, and then we're gonna start going from there. But other than that, almost done. Got the differential out. There's that diff. The welded diff is on the cart. Gonna put that up in here, and gonna do my best to start cranking through. But like I said, we're going, doing our best, fighting through as much as I can. Not gonna lie, this thing is beating me up. Like, you can just see cut bolt, another seized cut bolt. Like, it's just melted together. Like, look at this. Look at that. That was not coming apart. Oh my god. I'm trying. I'm not thriving. I'm trying. I mean, maybe I am thriving because we're getting apart, but it's the little things you gotta do. But again, that Sawzall saved my life, and this looks insane. Shaved metal, rust bits everywhere. This is the true definition of a Northeast car. But whoever gets this car after me, definitely gonna be happy because they're getting all fresh stuff. Especially like those gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous ankle kit. Oh, the coilovers are on. Oh, replaced upper arm. Oh, I swapped the engine, but definitely can't wait for the homies to try this out and have fun with it. All right, we got the first side on. Got the ISR rear toe deletes because we have true coilover somewhere right over there. Yoink, true coilover for the rear. Then we're gonna go ahead and do this side again. Progress, 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 progress. I'm losing my mind. Progress, progress. Okay, let me. Sorry. As you can see, I'm going crazy. I don't really work like this. I hate this, but we're doing something. Okay, so progress. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this side. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of tight. I just lifted up this arm and I thought there wasn't any hardware in there. Turns out I had extra hardware, so I don't need to freak out. God is good. All right, so we're jumping into this. We're gonna be adding, this is a transmission cooler, which is actually the best kind of upgrade you could do for Z's because they come with this small power steering cooler, and you just slip off this line for that and you're good. We got the rear button up. There's the old diff there. Gonna order some EPC yellow pads for back here. We got the coilovers inside. We got the arms all bolted up. Diff is in. All that good jazz. I'm gonna go ahead and make that swap. Again, it's so dang simple. Just gotta unclip that, unclip that. I'm gonna say it's simple now and watch these lines give me the time of my life. And then we just slip it onto that and call it a day. Took 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. I needed about 12 hands on to say no diddy. Oh yeah, no, Gonna put the front bumper up and do an eyeball alignment. You can see the toes a little bit out, and try to get ready for the alignment rack. All right, so Z's on the ground. Obviously, we got a bunch of stuff to do. Like, I gotta raise these coilovers up. I did raise them up a bunch, but PBM lowers its pickup point. Also put on this new intake here with a new mat. This was like such a super hands-on job. Obviously, like, we gotta do the alignment. We got some positive camber going on. Got all the, what's it called, lines going through. On the inside, you can see Barack's taking away the Supra. We got the hydro all nice and mounted. The lines are going through. I just forgot fitting at home, but I'm also gonna order some EBC yellow pads. Just wanna get you a better view on the hydro. Oh, love it. Par Shop Max handle on the GK Tech mount for the reverse pull. Makes it nice and clean up in there. But I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you to my boy Aaron. Yep. There's Sean over there. Let's go give Sean a classic good high five. Let's give the owner of this property. Hi, Mr. Ozar. 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 Hey man. Just want to say thank you. Shout out to Charismatic Automotive. You know, it's a pretty dope place. I know he's camera shy, but this place is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up and goodbye, pussies. Excuse me, what?